Want to find out how to get the Division 2 Year 1 Pass for free? Now, I usually don't go on rants, but this is going to be one of those days that we're going to take a trip down Rant Road. SFA, this is LaserBolt. Today, guys, I have a very interesting video for you guys. Usually, I don't make these type of videos. I kind of give the benefit of the doubt the majority of the time. And I was, kind of waiting to make this video. I was going to make this video yesterday, but I said to myself, Laser, there's going to be a state of the game. And, I'm pretty sure they're going to address this at the state of the game. So hold your horses. Don't make a video. Don't go crazy. Don't get mad. Don't get upset, because they're probably going to address this in the state of the game. But boy, oh boy, was I completely wrong. They did not even address it, not even slightly. They went ahead and made a little bit of a mention of it, but it was very little that I even already forgot what they said about it. But guys, before we get started talking about why I'm upset and why I think you should be upset as a consumer as well, I want to remind you guys about our monthly giveaway. We're giving away a Turtle Beach Recon 70 for the console of your choice. To enter, it's super easy. All you have to do is click the link down below that says Join Bolt Nation. Join and you will be automatically entered, so good luck to everyone. All right, so now to bring you guys a little bit up to speed, what exactly is that I'm referring to, because the majority of you might not be aware of some of you might already know, but this is what's going on. So if you are on console, that being on an Xbox or PlayStation 4, some of you went ahead and when the game got announced or when the game got released, or if you actually recently purchased the game after trying it for free, you were like, man, this game's actually pretty good. Let me go ahead and purchase the Year 1 Pass. Now, the Year 1 Pass gives you an advantage of playing content early. Basically, what it does is, remember, all the content on the Division 2 is free, but if you are a Year 1 Pass holder, you actually get this content early. So let me go ahead and pull up the website, and from the website, we're going to see what exactly it says. It states the following. This is also for people who went ahead and purchased the Year 1 Pass for the PC, but you'll see why I'm not kind of referencing you two guys too much. You'll see later on in the video. So basically what it says is the following. It says if you're a Year 1 Pass holder, you have 7 days early access to Year 1 episodes, narrative content. Okay, basically what it's saying is that you won't have early access to all the content, but you will have early access to narrative content. So what exactly is narrative content? Basically, narrative content is content that helps develop the story. So we're going to have episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3. Now, if you purchase the Year 1 Pass, you will be able to play this 7 days early. So a lot of people are like, yeah, man, this is actually pretty good. If you're a content creator on YouTube and you want to make Division 2 videos, then you're like, I definitely need to get this to get that 7-day early access. If you're just an avid fan of the Division and you fell in love with the game, of course you want to be able to do the content early so you could have the stuff done and completed as quickly as you possibly can. And this is actually a good thing. So you're probably wondering, well, Laser, if that's a good thing, how come you're saying on your video that we could actually get this for free? And why are you upset? Now comes the part that has me a little bit triggered. Now, if you guys are playing on the PC, you guys know that there is a thing called the PTS, which is a public test server. Basically, what this consists of, it's a way for them to actually test out stuff to see if it works before they put out the major release of content. Now, I have nothing against the public test server. I believe the public test server is actually a good thing, but there is a problem when you charge people for specific content and you promise that this content is going to be early for the people who went ahead and dished out extra money for that Year Pass, and you go and make this content free for everyone. That is the biggest problem that we have, because if you are on the PC and you log in right now and you didn't purchase the Year 1 Pass, but you happen to play on the public test server, you will be able to access the following. The main missions. Main mission Sioux Camp White Oak. You could access this right now on your PC because since you're part of the public test server, you have access to this. Basically, this content in particular, which is a main mission, which is 2 main missions that are supposed to be early access to people who went ahead and paid the Year 1 Pass, are completely free just as long as you own a PC and you own the Division 2. Now, I want to know in the comment section down below, how many of you also went ahead and purchased a Year 1 pass? Let me know in the comment section down below. And also let me know if you own it on the PC, Xbox, or PlayStation 4. Now, the biggest problem that I have with this is the fact that people who didn't pay for it have access to this mission. Am I saying that there shouldn't be a public test server? No. Am I saying that things shouldn't be tested out in a public test server? No, that is a separate video. I don't think public test servers should be a thing when it restricts certain people from actually participating in a public test server. That is a different video because I feel like the PC and the consoles kind of play in different things. We already saw what happened to the raid. We saw that the raid is so much easier to get completed on PC, and on console it's a little bit different. So there's no way you could put up a public test server on a PC and figure out, okay, well, it works like this on a PC, it's going to work like this on a console. So that's a separate video, and that's something different that definitely needs to be addressed. If there is going to be a public test server, the public test server should definitely be on all consoles and all systems. Basically, if it's going to be a public test server on PC, there has to be a public test server on the Xbox and PlayStation 4. And for those of you who might say, no, there is no such thing as public test servers on the consoles, yes, there is, because other games have done it. Yes, it does take a little bit longer to actually get the public test server to be approved once you submit the public test server or the build for that game, but that is not the fault of the consumer. That is the fault of the company. If they don't want to do a public test server, then they shouldn't make a public test server, just test it internally and then dish out the title update. Now, there is a lot of speculation on what should be done to actually address this. Now, a lot of people have said, you know, you should make all the content under NDA, and NDA is pretty much something that restricts people from actually posting content on YouTube or on any social media. For example, streaming the new missions, or streaming how to get certain stuff, or streaming different loot. They will say, let's put an NDA on it. I don't believe the NDA would solve this issue due to the fact that you could actually pre-record it, and once the NDA drops, you'll be able to upload the videos, and the people who haven't had access to the content, aka the people on consoles, are still going to be at a disadvantage because people on PC will have the content early. The other suggestion I heard is there shouldn't be no public test server at all. We should just be able to get the title update, and if there's bugs or if there's any situation that arises from actually these, the new information or the new data that has been put into the game, then that should be addressed continuously as we progress throughout the game. Yes, this would probably be the most effective way, but I don't believe it's going to be so viable for Massive to make little tweaks. Now, for those of you who might not know how it technically operates, the difference between a PC and a console, let me just give you guys a brief update, or kind of just a brief idea how it works. So public test server are considered type of like betas, right? So when you have a game that's already released that is not called like Division 2 beta, or doesn't say, Division 2 alpha or anything like that, it's already a game that's fully completed, it's already done, and you want to go ahead and submit an update for it on the PC, that's almost instantly, it's almost automatically. You're able to, as a company, submit that update, and then that update will come to the player, and you will be able to have access to that update. Now, on the console side, it's a little bit different, because if the game is not a beta, like the Division 2 is, that it's already a full game that's also been released already, when they want to submit an update to the actual game itself, you can't submit it instantly because you have to wait for it to get approved from PlayStation, you have to wait for it to get approved from Microsoft before that update goes live. Sometimes they have to submit the update at least a month in advance to be able to actually push out the content. That is the reason why they kind of stopped not doing public test servers on consoles and only do them on PCs, just because you're able to tweak stuff more easily and update it constantly. So a solution of saying, there shouldn't be any public test servers, I believe that's not going to be so viable, because of course we do want to make sure that when the update comes into, the hands of console players or into people who don't participate in the public test server, that it's the most stable as it possibly could be. Now, the last suggestion we have is, why in the heck are missions considered public test servers? That's the biggest question we kind of have right now. What does a mission, what do you need to test out in a mission to put it in a public test server? I understand maybe putting in a weapon or changing the, putting up the little tweaks that you're going to do to the cooldown reduction to test if it's too high, too low, tweaking that a little bit. But what does a main mission have to do in a public test server? My suggestion and what I would suggest for Massive to actually correct this is there shouldn't be content that is technically considered a spoiler allowed on a public test server, because that kind of defeats the purpose of actually making anything a surprise or looking forward to anything within the game. In addition to that, just to throw a little bit more dirt, you're actually charging people for this content to play it early, and you're dishing it out for free. Like, what the heck are you thinking? Like, why would you make a public test server, put out a main mission that has absolutely nothing to get tested for? Like, what are you going to test? Do the trees move? Like, are the leaves falling? Like, what do you exactly test on the mission? And you went ahead and charged people money to play it early when it's already free for everyone. So basically, guys, if you want to play all the content that's part of the year one pass for episode 1, go to a PC, buy the game, which you could probably get it for like 20, 25 bucks, $30. Hop on the public test server and you have all the year one pass content just like that, guys. So if you own a console, basically, you're just getting screwed. You're paying for money. If you paid for that year one pass, you paid for the content. You ain't getting it 7 days early, and you're not going to be playing it in a public test server. So you know what, guys? Thank you for the money. Thank you for throwing money at the screen, but you just wasted a whole lot of money. I really hope that Massive corrects this and fixes the situation, at least giving some sort of compensation for the people who played for the year one episode 1 content, giving them something in return, than just leaving them out to dry and not even addressing it. And I want you guys to actually help me get the word out. If you guys go ahead and actually hashtag the Division 2 or at the Division 2, we will try to get as many eyeballs on this video as we possibly can. If you guys agree with this, drop a like on this video, guys. The more likes we get, the more feedback we're going to get that you agree, that you as a consumer are aware and don't want companies to take advantage of you. Now, I'm not saying Massive is doing this on purpose or intended to do this on purpose, but as of right now, if they stay quiet and they don't address this, I'm going to take it as they actually intended this to go this way. Or if they go ahead and actually give us some feedback and say, you know what, guys, we didn't think about it. It was our mistake. We're going to go ahead and reimburse people money, or give you guys a specific gear, or give you some extra weapon or whatever, to compensate for our mistake. And we promise that any other public test server will not include any sort of missions or any content that should be only for year one holders early, then I would definitely give them kudos. But I want your guys' support. We need to get the word out as much as we can. So drop a like on this video, share it with your friends. If you guys would like to show additional love and support to the channel, do consider joining the Bolt Nation. To join, it's super easy. All you got to do is click the link down below that says Join Bolt Nation in the description, and you guys will unlock exclusive features only found in the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget WGATAP, and I will catch you guys on the next video.